All right, so it's been a long time since I've done an update, and I have a lot to cover. Um, and the reason, well, I'm not going to go into that, but I do have a lot to cover. So the last time I updated, I believe was around January, and they said that my chemo regimen was changing, and we were tentatively planning my surgery. What happened after that was my chemo regimen changed, and I was deathly allergic to what they gave me, which was methotrexate. So I could not do that chemo drug. At the same time, they did scans, and they were trying to figure out if one of the nodules that had grown was on my lining, because we know that there's nodules in my lungs. But if it was on my lining, then they treat it as if it's moved to a different organ. And if it's moved to a different organ, then any surgery is not going to help. They did find out that that was the case. The nodule that they thought was on my lining grew, and it was on my lining. So the surgery was taken off the table. After that point, since I was definitely allergic to the chemo that they tried to give me, and I had maxed out on the chemo that the lifetime amount of chemo that they were giving me, I started asking about clinical trials, because there really wasn't any other options for me, and I wanted to know, and also I was interested in a specific clinical trial at the time. My doctor set up an appointment with the doctor that's Dr. Sabaya, who's over all of the clinical trials at MD Anderson. And when I ended up talking to him, they actually had a spot open up like the day before I talked to him in a particular clinical trial that would be most beneficial to me, because the one that I was interested in, when I talked to him about it, he said that I didn't qualify for, and then I was interested in a second one, and he said that that one he didn't think was going to be as beneficial for me because of some specifics that I won't really get into, that I understood, and he was correct. So the clinical trial that he did set me up on is basically they're administering chemotherapy drugs that they already know work for my bone cancer. Not only that, but it's a chemotherapy drug that I've already done, and it killed my cancer by 90%. It was like a 90% necrosis rate when they gave it to me the normal way. What they're testing is the delivery method of how to give this drug, which is called nanoparticle. And what a nanoparticle is for chemotherapy is, on a microscopic level, they encase the chemotherapy in a gelatinous little casing. And this casing is so small that it can get through any holes that are in a cell wall. Now, normal healthy cell walls they don't have any holes in it. Therefore, this method is actually better for healthy cells. It's not going to attack healthy cells as much. That's what it's geared towards, and it's geared towards attacking specifically the tumor. Since tumors are not formed normally, they have lots of holes in them, and the drug can go directly into the tumor and release into the tumor. So this is the study that I'm on, and I'm actually in Houston right now. I'm on the first week of this study, and the hope is that it's going to kill all of the tumor cells that are left, and hopefully we can do surgery and remove everything that needs to be removed. So that is my update of a lot of information in a very little amount of time. And hopefully I won't be so sparse in communication, but things happen. Plus, honestly, it was a lot of stuff that was going on, and I didn't know how to be positive about it. And I don't really like doing these videos without at least seeming like I'm okay. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing to do, but I like being in an okay place when I do these videos, because I guess I just don't want too many people to worry too needlessly about me, if that makes any sense. Well, anyway, I hope everybody else out there is doing good. If you would like to talk to me, give me a call. I don't know. Yeah, so I'll talk to y'all later.